Moving into a new house is supposed to be a fresh start, a place to build memories, find comfort, and call home. But for some, the dream of a new beginning comes with unexpected terrors. Tonight, we bring you 4 true stories from 2023 about people who faced chilling experiences in their new homes. These tales will make your heart race, but they also reveal hidden blessings, moments of growth, protection, and gratitude that emerged from the darkness. Let's step into these haunting new houses, and discover the light within. My name is Sarah, and last spring, my partner Alex and I bought our first home in a quiet suburb of Ohio. It was a charming 2-story fixer-upper with a big backyard, perfect for the garden I'd always dreamed of. We moved in on a sunny April day, excited to start this new chapter. The house needed work, creaky floors, peeling paint, but it felt like ours. The first few nights were uneventful, just unpacking boxes and planning renovations. But on the 4th night, as we lay in bed, I heard a faint whisper from above our bedroom. It was soft, like someone murmuring a conversation, but the words were indistinct. I nudged Alex, who was half asleep, and asked if he heard it. He mumbled, "Probably the wind," and rolled over. But the house was still, no breeze outside. I tried to ignore it, chalking it up to an old house settling. The next night, it happened again, louder this time, a rhythmic whisper, almost like a chant, coming from the attic. I grabbed a flashlight and climbed the pull-down ladder, heart pounding. The attic was dusty, filled with cobwebs and old boxes left by the previous owners. I found nothing, no pipes hissing, no animals scurrying. But as I stood there, the whispering stopped abruptly, replaced by a single, clear word, "Leave." I nearly dropped the flashlight, scrambling back downstairs. Alex, now awake, suggested it was my imagination, but I couldn't sleep. Over the next week, the whispers grew more frequent, always at night, always from the attic. One night, I recorded it on my phone, a low, eerie voice saying, "Get out." We called a contractor to check for structural issues, thinking maybe sound was carrying strangely. He found nothing unusual but noticed the attic insulation was outdated and hazardous, possibly asbestos. We had it professionally removed, and the whispers stopped entirely. The blessing, the terrifying whisper led us to discover a health hazard in our new home. Replacing the insulation made the house safer and warmer, saving us from potential illness. The experience taught us to trust our instincts and thoroughly inspect our space. We're blessed to have a healthier home and a story that reminds us to face fear head-on, turning a creepy mystery into a life-saving discovery. I'm Marcus, 32, and I moved into a new house in rural Oregon with my dog, Max, in June 2023. The house was a spacious ranch-style home with a forested lot, perfect for Max to roam. I'm a freelance graphic designer, so I set up my office in the basement, which had a small window, and decent lighting. The first week was great, I loved the quiet. But one night, while working late around 1 a.m., Max started growling at the basement stairs. His hackles were up, staring into the dark corner where the stairs met the wall. I called him over, but he wouldn't budge, just kept growling. Then I saw it, a shadow, human-shaped, standing at the base of the stairs. It didn't move, just loomed, darker than the surrounding darkness. I flicked on every light, but the shadow vanished. Max calmed down, so I brushed it off as fatigue. The next night, it happened again. Max growled, and the shadow appeared, this time closer, near the edge of my desk. My heart raced, I grabbed Max and ran upstairs, locking the basement door. I didn't go back down for days, working in the living room instead. But curiosity got the better of me. I installed a motion sensor camera in the basement and stayed upstairs, watching the feed. At 2:13 am, the camera caught movement, a shadow gliding across the room, pausing where I'd seen it before. I called a friend who's into paranormal stuff, and he suggested checking for electrical issues, as they can cause hallucinations. An electrician found faulty wiring in the basement, sparking dangerously and emitting low-level electromagnetic fields that could affect perception. Fixing it stopped the shadows, and Max never growled again. The blessing, that eerie shadow saved us from a potential fire hazard. The rewiring made the house safer and more energy efficient, lowering our bills. Max's alertness and my decision to investigate turned a scary moment into a lifesaver. We're blessed to have a secure home and a loyal dog who's now our hero, reminding us to stay vigilant. My family, my wife, Lisa, our 2 kids, Emma and Noah, and I, moved into a new house in a small Texas town in August 2023. It was a modern split level with a big front porch, ideal for raising our kids. We settled in quickly, loving the friendly neighbors. But 2 weeks in, at midnight, we heard knocking on the front door, 3 sharp raps. Lisa and I froze, assuming it was a neighbor with an emergency. I checked through the peephole, nobody. The porch was empty under the light. Thinking it was a prank, we went back to bed. The next night, it happened again, 3 raps, no one there. This time, I stepped outside with a flashlight, searching the yard. Nothing but crickets. Emma, our 8-year-old, said she heard footsteps on the porch after the knocking, which freaked us out. After a 3rd night of knocking, we installed a video doorbell. That night, at exactly midnight, the camera recorded 3 knocks, but the porch was empty, no shadow, no figure. The motion sensor didn't trigger, which was impossible. Spooked, we contacted the previous owner, who admitted the house had a quirk the original owner, an elderly man, used to knock 3 times when arriving home late. He'd passed away in the house years ago. We weren't believers in ghosts, so we had a home inspector check for structural issues. They found a loose pipe in the walls that vibrated at night, mimicking knocks. Fixing it stopped the noise, and we slept soundly. The blessing, the ghostly knocking led us to fix a plumbing issue that could have caused water damage. It also brought our family closer, as we laughed off our fears together. We're blessed to have a peaceful home and a quirky story that makes our new house feel uniquely ours, teaching us to face the unknown as a team. I'm Emily, a single mom, and I moved into a cozy bungalow in Colorado with my toddler, Liam, in July 2023. It was our fresh start after a tough year. The house was perfect, with a small nursery for Liam painted a cheerful yellow. But the first night, as I tucked Liam in, I noticed a cold spot in the corner of the nursery, like stepping into a freezer. Liam shivered, saying, "Cold man." I brushed it off as a draft and added a blanket. The next night, the cold spot was stronger, and Liam refused to sleep, pointing to the corner and crying about a man. I checked, no vents, no open windows. The thermometer read 10 degrees lower in that corner. I moved Liam's crib to my room, unsettled. The cold spot persisted, and Liam's fear grew. One night, I felt a chill as if someone brushed past me in the nursery. I called a HVAC specialist, thinking it was a cooling issue. They found a hidden mold infestation behind the nursery wall, caused by a leaking pipe. The cold spot was from damp air seeping through. We had the mold removed and the pipe fixed, and the nursery felt normal again. Liam slept peacefully, no longer mentioning the cold man. The blessing, that creepy cold spot saved Liam from health risks due to mold exposure. It pushed me to be proactive, ensuring our home was safe for my son. We're blessed to have a healthy, happy space and a lesson in persistence that makes me a stronger mom. These 4 scary new house stories from 2023 show that even the most terrifying moments can lead to unexpected blessings, safer homes, stronger families, and lessons in courage. May they inspire you to find light in your own shadows. Good night, and stay blessed.